Great, thank you, Nelly. My name is Tabitha, and today I'm very excited to show you what's new in our TaroWorks 7.0 release. And in today's webinar, we're going to look at what's new in the 7.0. We're going to have a demo of the new features, and we will review upgrade best practices, and then finally we'll open the session for Q&A. Before we begin, please note that you'll be required to use the Salesforce Lightning Experience and the TaroWorks Mobile User tab starting in TaroWorks 7.0. Okay. So some of the features or the features that we are going to be looking at in 7.0 is Android 11 support, mobile job search, click to call in forms, and we'll look at each of these features in details. So let's get started. So Android 11 is now supported in TaroWorks 7.0 so that your TaroWorks mobile users can leverage improved features and technology from Android. Also note that we will be ending our support for Android 4.4 starting June of this year, June of 2022. So if you submit a ticket and the device is on Android 4.4, the support team will not be able to service that ticket. Another note for Android 11 is that for devices on Android 11, the only third-party camera application that is supported is the open camera. So that's the first improvement for 7.0. The second feature is the mobile job search. So this feature empowers the TaroWorks mobile users to search for jobs on the mobile device without the need to scroll. And this saves time as the mobile user is able to quickly access that job they're looking for when they have a long list of jobs. So as you can see from this screenshot, you're able to search the job. And we will demo this in a few. Okay, the third feature is the click to call in forms. So the click to call is a feature that highlights phone numbers in your drill down hierarchies, making them clickable. So when you click on a highlighted phone number, your phone application opens with the number copied, ready for calling. So in TaroWorks 7.0, you will now be able to also click phone numbers that are pre-populated in your form. So the highlighted phone numbers in the form, they can either come from the drill down hierarchy or from a dynamic operations calculation. So as you can see from the screenshot, when the user clicks on the phone number, then it's automatically picked by your phone application ready for calling. So, and this feature makes mass calling more efficient as you go down a list of numbers and you record outcomes from your calls without ever having to leave that job, as I shall show you shortly. So I'm going to demo the mobile job search and the click to call feature using our fictitious company we call Aquacom. So Aquacom is a social enterprise that works in remote communities. So they assess sites for well construction, they build the wells, providing reliable water sources. They also distribute water filters and they register members to each of the well sites. So for our use case today, Aquacom mobile users are making calls to selected community members, and they are collecting feedback on the water filters that were distributed to those members about a month ago. So the mobile users will also be populating photos, of those filters. So let's change gears and go to our mobile. So I'm already logged in as one of the mobile users for this company. So the first one we want to showcase, so if I click on the jobs, so this is the mobile search job feature. So in my long list of jobs, to avoid the need to scroll, then I'll just need to type my job. So the first one is the click to call. So in this case, I start the job So my mobile user, I'm making a call to those selected members. So I already have my members all selected in my job. So I have the 4 or the 5 members. So when this form opens, it has the names of the community members, their phone numbers in the pre-populated in the form, and then I'll be able to collect the feedback. So in this case, the numbers are highlighted in the form. So the user has, when they click on the number, okay, so the phone application, depending on the phone, it opens up and then you're ready to call this number. And then once I'm done with the first number, then I'll go back to the form using the, the phone or the mobile device back button. And then I can enter my feedback from that call. So let's say, for example, filter working, okay, for example. Okay, so and then once I'm done, then I can proceed to the rest of the numbers or the rest of the contacts as I call. I have my feedback, and then I'll be able to complete that job and sync at the end of it. So that's the click to call numbers. I mean the click to call in form. So this will make it very efficient when you're going through a list of numbers and you need to record outcomes from that call, from those calls, without ever having the need to leave the job. Okay, Nelly, do we have any questions so far?
No questions yet. Thank you. Can proceed.
Great, thank you. So the next feature is uploading photos in a tabular repeat section. So prior to TaroWorks 7.0, the mobile user could not take a photo. They could only take a photo or upload a photo from the gallery in a regular section or in a non-tabular repeat section. But in a tabular repeat section, they could only take a photo. So you can only take a live photo. You can't upload from your photo library. But now starting TaroWorks 7.0, now mobile users can now upload photos from their photo gallery in a tabular repeat section. So this feature will be very useful for users who need to upload the photos fast in their photo library before populating them in TaroWorks repeat section. Okay, so back to our job. So this is the same, going to the same job to showcase uploading photos in a tabular repeat section. So for the first example, I made the call, water filter is working okay. Now I can upload a photo. So if I click on add photo, then now I can, so the take photo is taking a live photo, but now I want to be able to upload it from my photo library. So I'll choose photo, and then I can upload a photo that is saved in my photo gallery. So let's say, for example, I pick this one, and I have my photo. So that's the ability to upload a photo in a tabular repeat section, which is now available in TaroWorks 7.0. Okay, the next feature or the next improvement is the date format localization. So prior to TaroWorks 7.0, the dates were always displayed and collected in the format of month, day, and year, as you can see from the first screenshot here. So and now with TaroWorks 7.0, the TaroWorks mobile users, they can now view or enter dates in a format based on their mobile device language. So if I change, for example, the second screenshot here, the device language is French. So if I change to French, then the date format, it changes to day, month, and year. So for this feature, please note that this change is only on the date display, so the date widget, and this will not change how the data is stored. Okay, so let's do a quick demo on that. So let's say I'm going to leave this job and I'll save it, complete it later. Look for my date format just to show the difference. So by default, the date will be in the month, day, and year. Prior to 7.0, that was a default date format. So just pick one member. Okay. So for example, let's say we are picking slight delay. Okay, so for the date format job, so we want to show how when you change the device language, how that changes that date display. And the formats on the various languages that we support, they're available on our support site, where we can show how the format changes depending on the device, on the language. So by default should be the month, day, year. So if I go to my device settings and change the language and maybe put French, let me just work with French. Then the date widget will change to day, month, and year. So this will be able to change the date display as per the device language. Okay. Any questions, Nelly?
No questions.
Perfect. Okay, so okay, thank you. The next feature is we made improvement on the mobile error messaging. So with TaroWorks 7.0, sorry, we've now improved our error messaging, such that the error message is now in view with the affected question, and the mobile user will not need to scroll to find that affected question. So, and this would save the mobile user time and also improves the mobile user experience, because the user is able to quickly correct the response to the affected question, as you can see. So it's highlighting on the error message on the affected question. So let's see a quick demo of that. So let me just, let me turn back my, okay, you can still quit this job. All right, let's change this back to English for now. Good. So we're going to look at a job that has many required questions, and then we're able to see how this improvement, such that if we miss a required question, then how that now error shows on that particular or the specific affected question. And this will come in handy, especially when you have a form that has very many questions, and if, for instance, the mobile user skips a required question, then they can easily go back, go to the affected question. Okay, not sure what's happening here. Let's say sync later. Okay. So let's find that job. Okay. So the job I want to work with, for example, is one that we'll be using to register members. Sorry about that. It's a bit sluggish today. So we're going to register a new member, and this form has a couple of required questions. So for example, let's say I fill in the first one, then I'll skip a few. Okay, so let's say I fill the first one, then I skip, I go to distance, then I go to next. So the first one will be, so there will be the first required question. So the highlight is on the affected question. So it's in line with the first question that is required. So I need to fill that first question before I proceed to the next one. So prior to 7.0, you would need to scroll down and to where the error message is appearing. So that's the improvement now we've made on in 7.0. So this gives a better experience for the mobile user, because now they are directed or they land on the exactly on the affected question. Then the last improvement we've made is the Salesforce API update. So starting TaroWorks 7.0, we have updated to the latest Salesforce version. So, and then for those facing issues with, for example, viewing images in the drill down hierarchy that were created by other mobile users, now this update resolved this issue. So, and that behavior where the image was not displayed on the drill down hierarchy, it was due to a bug in a previous Salesforce API version. But now this has now been resolved. So those are the features and the improvements in 7.0. Let me mention one known issue with this version. So a known issue is one of uncompressed orientation photos are rotated 90 degrees to the right. This has been identified on some Samsung devices, and the workaround for now is to target make sure the compression size is 80 KB. So that's the known issue, and that's the workaround we have for now. Any question on the features before I go to upgrade best practices, Nelly?
Yes, Tabitha, we have one question from Kelvin. And Kelvin is asking, what if I want to use a camera application that isn't Open Camera on Android 11?
Okay, good question. Yeah, so like I mentioned in the first feature slide, so we only support Open Camera for now, but if you have another third-party camera application that you'd like to use, you can share the link with your customer success manager, and then we can have it added in the next release. So once you share that with your customer success manager, then that will be slotted in the next release.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, Kelvin confirmed. Thank you.
All right, good. So in upgrading, there are a couple of factors you need to consider when you're performing any TaroWorks upgrade. So the first point is to make sure you read the release notes, which are always available on our support site, that is taroworks.zendesk.com. Whenever we have a new release, so we have the release notes both on Salesforce side and on mobile side. And then if this, for example, the 7.0 is your first TaroWorks upgrade ever, so we always recommend that you submit a request through our support site, and then we'll take you through the upgrade process of our call. So if your first TaroWorks upgrade, please submit a request, then we'll guide you through it. And then we also recommend that you schedule the upgrade at a time of low mobile user activity, and also ensure that the mobile users are working offline during that upgrade process. Okay, so that's very important. And then you have to ensure you follow all the steps that are listed down in our upgrade documentation. So it's very important to follow each and every step that we've listed out there. And then whenever you're preparing for the upgrade, ensure you have a list of all the profiles that are using TaroWorks licenses. And this is both for your backend and backenders are the ones who are creating forms and jobs on TaroWorks in Salesforce, and also for your mobile users, those who are using TaroWorks application on the mobile device, so that now you can map all those any new permissions to the relevant profiles, and this will be outlined in our upgrade documentation. So it's very important that you follow each and every step in the upgrade documentation as listed on our site. Okay, so maybe, yeah, so that's it for the 7.0 release webinar, and I will now pause and open the session for questions or any comments regarding 7.0.
Thank you, Tabitha, for the wonderful presentation. And yeah, we have another question from Maria. And Maria is asking, can I upgrade direct from TaroWorks version 6.2 to 7.0?
Okay, great. That's a very great question and very important. So in our upgrade documentation, we always say you need to upgrade from one version to the other. So for example, using Maria's case, if you're on 6.2, you need to upgrade to 6.4.1, then to 6.5.1, and then finally to 7.0. So they have to be in that order for each of the versions. So you must first upgrade from one version to the other. And this will be outlined in our, I can quickly open our support site. So this will be shown on our site. Sorry, did I open? That you have to, you have to upgrade from one version to the other. So it has to be in that order. Did I open this? So we mentioned you need to read the release notes. So this, for example, for 7.0 will be here. So both on the mobile side and on the Salesforce side. And then, so for example, if you look at the other, so for 6.2, you need to upgrade to 6.4 first, and then upgrade to 6.5, and then finally to 7.0. So it has to be in that order and not straight from 6.2 to 7. No, it has to be 6.2, 0.4, 0.5, and then finally to 7.0.
Okay.
I hope that answers the question.
Let me see. Yeah, Maria confirmed. Thank you.
Awesome.
Okay. Seems that there are no other questions coming in. I think there is a hand raised here.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and unmute Poda to ask the question.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Tabitha. I'm Geet from Dhaka,
Yes.
and I'm working in Sajida Foundation.
Awesome.
So, in last month, Betty was saying that soon we will have the Bangla language in our partner user, for our partner user. So, do you have any update on that?
On supporting the, let me see, did I get that right? Bangladesh language.
Yes, the Bangla language.
I believe that is supported.
I believe it was originally came out in TaroWorks 6.5, but are you looking for specific updates?
Not really, because all my user is under Russian language, and as BAM is not available, so all the reports are appearing in Russian. So it's really uncomfortable and working really hard to make it easier for partner users. So Betty said that in January or 1st of February, the TaroWorks will introduce this Bangla language in app and also in reports. So that's why I'm asking, do you have any plan or are you working on it?
Yeah, so the TaroWorks mobile application is available, but Salesforce does not fully support that language. So any parts of the experience that are driven by Salesforce, unfortunately, won't be supported, but the TaroWorks mobile app is.
Okay, okay. So I'm not sure actually. Maybe something was working under that. That's why Betty ensured that. So okay, okay.
Yeah, we can definitely, we'll connect with Betty and circle up with you to make sure the question's clarified. Yeah,
Great.
we'll connect with her and see what information was shared.
Great, thank you, Ellen.
Thank you.
Great, thanks Erin for that.
Okay. Thanks, Buddha, for that question. And it seems that there are no other questions coming in. So I think we are good to go. If you have any question later, please feel free to send us a support ticket or reach out through the customer success manager. And as we mentioned earlier, this session will be shared for your reference. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Tabitha. Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.